Hi there, John from Rosegrey Restoration, continuing our day in the life. Um, so, as I've said in the previous video, I'm an educator, um, and today I just really want to look at one of our machines we use for upholstery work. This video is really aimed at people who would like to take up upholstery and start restoration work. This machine in particular, you would not need to buy a machine like this to start a hobby in upholstery work. Okay, it's a heavy duty machine. It's a typical, that's the name, no doubt probably made in China. It's a real heavy duty machine for sewing sort of real thicknesses of fabric, sewing leather. This machine can easily sew up to sort of 8 thicknesses of leather, which is really heavy duty. So, as I say, for starting out upholstery, you really do not need a machine of this capability. It's a true walking foot machine. So in fact, the walking foot, for those who don't know, it makes ease of transition for the fabric, and it's a 3-point walking foot. So you've got the dog teeth underneath, you've got the needle moving, so it's transitioning the fabric for you, which makes life a lot easier. And when using fabrics like leather and vinyls, which have a tendency to kind of stick, your walking foot machine really helps to move things along. Okay, so I say I actually bought this machine. I think it was second hand. It did come out of factory. I only paid £280 for it. Now, if you was going to buy one of these new, you've got to be looking about £2.5 grand, probably £3 grand for a new one. When I got it, I had to do a little bit of work on it. Changed some of the parts, so I put a whole new tension system on it, which obviously, if you know your machining, it sort of sets your tension on your cotton, on your thread. Had to put a new winder bobbin system into it as well, and generally strip it so I could get in to clean it. It hadn't been cleaned for a long time. There was a lot of fluff, a lot of dust in it, a lot of cotton off cuts, you name it, it was in it. So it took me a few days to clean it up, but I've got it working perfect. It's like £280 second hand. Can't fold it. If you can get something second hand, like I say, if you're starting out upholstery work, don't go and spend £1,500, £2,000 on a machine. You don't need to. There's some fantastic second-hand machines, privately owned second-hand machines, which will do the job for you, a first-class job at the end of the day. One thing I do use, I'll just show you this. I'm not supported by this company by any stretch. In fact, I'm not supported by any company. But this oil, which I came across, absolutely brilliant for oiling machines. It's a really fine oil, but it's got the little added bonus of an extendable tube. So when you're looking at machines like this and you're trying to get into all the nooks and crannies, you really need something like this. So I would definitely recommend this sort of thing. This one is by Universal. It's got zoom spout on it. Okay, probably there's alternatives do exactly the same thing, but I bought this, lasts a long time, and it's fantastic for getting access. So if you do buy a second-hand machine, first thing I'd say is give it a good clean up. Open it up where you can, clean all the mess out, and actually make sure you oil it well. Okay, if your machines use regular oil, okay, clean the machine regular. If you're using it as a hobby, as a machine, once 4 to 6 weeks is fine. These machines that we use, obviously they're getting quite heavy use within reason, so I'll clean them up once every 3 to 4 weeks. Worth doing. Okay, so this machine, I'll just show you a little run through with this. This machine carries some really heavy thread, okay, really strong upholstery thread. You can't break it by hand, okay. With that in mind, you do need a machine that's capable of using that size of thread. The walking foot machine is brilliant for this. So I'm just going to twizzle the camera and show you what we do. This fabric I've got here, which is we've used it on a sofa for upholstery. I've wrapped this up. I've got 8 wraps, thicknesses of fabric in there, and it is pretty thick. Just show you the capabilities of this machine. Okay, I'm still here. So one of the things with heavy duty machines, especially when you've got thick threading, is obviously once you get your fabric under the foot, these tails at the back, it's always best to keep them tight when you start sewing. Sometimes, I'm sure probably brand new machines, you probably don't know this problem, but when you keep them nice and tight, it stops any tangling in the machine itself. It's just a habit to get into, but it works. Okay, so let's have a look. So I'm just going to run this through, just show you what the capabilities of this machine is. I've got the tails, the cotton tight at the back, and I'm just going to run through. Remember, we've got 8 thicknesses of fabric here. Okay. This machine is easily sort of ploughing through it. Absolutely fantastic. Okay. Again, the actual thread specifically for upholstery work does absolutely fly through it. Okay. So as you can see, if you're really interested in upholstery work and restoration, fantastic hobby. We do it as a business obviously, but as a hobby, don't go out and spend thousands of pounds on a machine. You do not need to. Okay, I've been looking of late, always looking at machines online, some of the auction sites. Okay, get some great bargains. There's some great machines on there. For starting upholstery, you could probably pick one up for a couple of £100. That is a good bargain. If it's been serviced, even better. If it works and you need to get it serviced, there's plenty of service engineers who'll pop round and give your machine a service and get it up and running to how it should be. Like I say, I paid for this one £280. Okay, I've done a little bit of work on it, but in effect I've saved myself a ton of money. Okay, and if you're doing upholstery as a business, you need to be saving money where you can. Okay, so anyway, hope you liked the video. Okay, I'll be checking out shortly with another one of our machines we use, but if you like what we're doing, and I'm starting to get into it now, so it's coming a little bit easier, please subscribe to us. Okay, Rose Grey Restoration, got a website, we're on Instagram, Rose Grey Restoration 9. Okay, and if you want some information or some advice, drop us a message. More than happy to help. Okay, don't forget, subscribe. Thank you.